Good morning everyone and welcome to this daily Exocharts update live stream. Hope that you're all doing very well as always. This is normally for VIP. I'm doing this public just because I want to teach you Elliott Waves. I want to teach you Exocharts, a bit more Exocharts because these are daily Exocharts updates. So anyway, hope that you're all doing very well as always. We're going to update Bitcoin after we miss it. I mean, if we can say miss it, because this is not really miss it, I'm going to show that. The low here we planned because we plan, you know, we merged the daily path control and the TPO right there. When we take, you know, the TPO is like the daily path control here. When we take a daily path control, all the stuff like this, when we are higher, okay, for example, let's take this one. If we are higher than this path control right there, then like you can see, we take the high of the square. If we are below, we take the bottom because of this. Okay, it is exactly what we have done yesterday with the TPO. When you get the TPO price here, this is the middle of the TPO right there. When you get it on the right here, by the way, you know, you don't have it here because it's not a naked anymore. But for example, here you take the TPO price and you do not take the high or the low, because with the TPO level, it's really rare to stop on the top or on the bottom. So here, if you zoom a bit, you just zoom a bit here, as you can see, we bounced off the top right here of the previous TPO right there. So this is a game, sadly, we missed it out. But I mean, we missed it out. It depends if you're watching in real time or not. The TPO template here, that as always you can get by the way on the website. If you're an apprentice or a VIP, although you can make this template easily, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is missed, if we can say that, because this real price was here. Now we bounced it off the top of the TPO, and this is the game. This happens sometimes in very rare case, but this is sadly what happened yesterday. So yeah, I'm just going to say that I'm live on every platform. By the way, do we see everything? Sound is good. I'm going to verify that. All right, so yeah, normally, by the way, you hear me better now because you know, the volume yesterday was not really good, and now normally it will be better. So starting here, going to add this on Twitter too. Is it the right link, by the way? Yes, it's the right link. Perfect. All right, so don't hesitate to go on the Twitter account right here. If I can just show you that, of course. Perfect. To go on the Twitter and to smash the like, retweet everything. So not this one, by the way, but this one here. So everyone know we are live. Yeah, I did the right link. Wait, what if I this? Let me check this 2 seconds. No, this is not the right. Anyway, it is the right link. Yeah, it is the right link. Perfect. So do not hesitate to go on the Twitter account, the moonshots_ here, to follow, so you can be aware of everything in the community. Everything. Don't forget to subscribe, to turn on notifications, to smash that like, and yeah, everything. Don't forget to check out the website and to join the Discord server too if you want to be with the community. So everyone, you can talk with everyone. You can get some updates, all the stuff like this. You can share your TA too, so you can do absolutely everything. So anyway, today we only have one new level. Okay, so maybe for beginners this looks like there is just so much thing on the chart. Yes, that's true, but this is just to show you the confidence here. For now, we can maybe hide this, for example, remove the range 2. That will make this chart a bit better and maybe easier for you to read. So all of these levels are the support and the resistance of the market. Okay, right there. Hello George from UK. Good to know. Yeah, I know that there are a lot of people coming from all around the world. That is pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. From France here. Oh, I'm just checking that the sound is really okay, because it looks really loudly. No, it looks okay. All right. So here, all of these lines here, as you can see, for example, the daily gap control, TPO, everything clearly. If we are below these lines, this is a resistance. If we are higher, for example, here we have a daily gap control, a daily level here. If we are higher than these levels, these are support. Okay, these are the biggest support and the biggest resistance of the Bitcoin market on the 1 hour here. Of course, you can take on the 5 minute. But just I am on the 1 hour at the moment, so we can see all of this. If I go on the 5 minute, for example, we can see, for example, this major resistance and only this major support. Now if we go on the 1 hour here, we can see some more. Okay, but these are really the target where we are going to look for a short, okay, and where we are going to look for a long. Okay, so these are really high probability targets where we can expect to get some boons. So today, what do we have? We don't have a lot of new levels. Okay, I'm going to go on the desktop version here. A daily previous point of control of the day have been hit, so this is not a good daily naked point of control anymore. Weekly, all the stuff like this is not to update, because this is on every single Monday, and monthly naked point of control is only on the 1st of the month, so we don't care to today clearly. Sessions, we have one new session right here. We can write this one and add this one on the chart if you want. Now I don't like the desktop version for the session template. I really use the web version, and this one is really bad. As you can see here, for example, we move it from a TPO from a naked session point of control here on the very low that we planned here to look for a long. Then we planned, we have planned the daily level that was the exact bottom here, and then we planned the first target here that was this naked session point of control to look for a short exactly where we rejected here. So you can see here on the web version, this is a lot better, if we can say that, and this is much more respected. Okay, so that's why here I'm going to keep the web version and not trust. You can trust if you want, because sometimes this is playing, but for example here you got, if it removed, for example, the noise. For example, here we got a naked session, here we got another one, here we got another one, and you do not bounce, you do not bounce, you do not bounce. Here, for example, on the web version, Yes, you got one here. By the way, we bounced it off that, by the way. I didn't notice it that, anyway. But you remove all of the other ones here. For example, the one here, the one a bit below here. And this gives you some better targets, okay? And then some higher probability target, clearly, to look for a long or for a short. That's why I'm going to keep the web version. There are no new naked session. We got one yesterday on the very top here, but as you can see, it's already tapped, and that was the very top of the move. So these naked sessions for day traders are extremely important. You can see here we move it from the naked session here, a bit below a daily level, but around there, to a naked session, and boom, we go a bit more down here around the naked session 2, and boom, to a naked session path control. This is very crazy, okay? So anyway, we do not have any new naked lines such as this one, for example, so we do not have to update this claim. Do we have some new TPO? The TPO, the first day TPO have been tapped, so we don't care about that one too. What do we have here? We only have, so I'm going to close this one, by the way. We have only a daily level. You're going to say, hey, but why are we placing a daily level here? Because we are just sideways on this, and this is not really relevant, okay? This is exactly what I said. I mean, this is not what I did, but I mean, this kind of daily, I'm keeping this daily because it's exactly what I said to VIP some days ago when we was exactly here. Okay, I'm going to try to find the daily again so I can show you that. It was maybe that one here. I'm going to add a key level. Oops, key level, perfect. So yeah, perfect. So that was, for example, here a daily level. Yes, we was sideways on this, but I don't care. I'm keeping that one even if we're sideways on this. Why? Simply because before to push higher or before to move more down, we must are going to retest the level right before to do the move. Okay, so for example, not always, but this is what we can do. For example, here, that was a daily level. We just was sideways on that one. As you can see here, boom, move it down, move it up, move it down, just sideways click on it. But right before to move down, we just backtested this as resistance to get acceptance to go more down. This can be exactly the same. We are maybe not going to do this, but this is why I'm going to keep this daily level, because if we are going to push higher, we can flip that to support before to push higher, okay? And if we go more down, we can still be sideways, but and limited orders when you say, hey, at this price, for example, let's say at this price, I'm going to preset a short, so I'm going to place a short here, and when the price is going to come here, boom, hit the level, you're going to be filled. And this is a limited order. This is a market order when you open the trade at the current market price, okay? So when you have your market orders coming in and you have some limited order that absorb the move, this is called absorption. Simple as that, really. So yeah, this is why I'm going to keep this daily. This is the only level we have today, clearly. So that's why this is not a crazy day. I mean, we have been a bit sideways yesterday. Still some nice bounce off. We have done the ABC. We're going to talk about the wave count too. And now, yeah, we was just sideways. I mean, we have been sideways since yeah, almost, yeah, yesterday night. But it's start, to be honest with you, around 1 p.m. 2 p.m. for me in France. So a very long range into a very big range here, really boring, to be honest with you. So I'm going to add a fixed range here to see a bit and to add a bit more of confluence. Okay, here I'm going to just remove that. Oh, no, I'm going to keep it. And I'm going to add the range too, by the way, to show you all the confluence here we have. Okay, so here we have the daily. I'm going to remove that one. We have the daily right there. Okay, this is really to see in what direction we're going to go. Are we going to retest this at resistance or to flip that to support? Only time will tell. Okay, but this is something that can, for example, if we do this, as I said before, if we do this, for example, here, we backtest this as support. If we have the good demand here to push higher, so for example, here you have new longs coming in or stuff like this, with, for example, absorption before or something you expect to push higher next. This is a long to take, stop loss on this low here, and you can ride a move to the upside. That's why this can be an entry if you are not in yet. Okay, for example, if you do not feel the long here, if you do not feel the short here, this can be an entry. For example, an entry long if you expect to move to the upside, normally more likely than a move to the down. I mean, we break the low, I mean, except if we're in a big 1, 2, 3 or 5 ending, but less likely. Okay, you see what I mean? So, and even if we do this, when we flip that to resistance here, that can be a short to take because we will flip that to resistance. Okay, So right there. So yeah, daily level here more to see the direction which way we're going. Okay. Now we are going to backtest or not, as I said, only time I have the answer. If we have to look for lower now, okay, we can look for the path control, of course, with the middle of this range here that have been really well respected, to be honest with you, yesterday. Okay, so this range here from the top, from the first top here to the second top here, I'm taking this as a deviation of the range. We just do a fake of, we just fake the breakout clear and just come back inside. Boom, second high, and that gives us the third high here at the dollar. That's why I'm keeping this range, because this line here have been just so well respected. So for example, if we come next, for example here into this resistance, we spend some time to go higher. This is maybe going to be this top of the range here. This resistance of this range is maybe going to play with as confluence with all of these levels here, for example. Okay, you see what I mean? So yeah, this is more confluence for now, but this is a line we have to be aware of. So now it did give us the middle of the range here that have been really well respected, to be honest with you. Boom, boom, support, support, support. Boom, a bit of sideways, a bit everything, resistance, 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 boom, resistance, resistance. So this is a really nice level, to be honest with you. Boom, resistance a bit here, try to break, fake, support here yesterday. So that's why this line here, this middle of the range, is really nice. Now the low of the range, we only have one touch, so we have to confirm the second touch to be for a range to be valid. So that's why here this is valid range. Now the low of the range is maybe going to play, for example, as support with, for example, I don't know if we spend a lot of time to go more down. Boom, the daily naked path control, all those stuff like this. Now keep in mind, we can absolutely break it. Okay. So anyway. Yeah, that was just to show you the confluence here. So now we of course have to add this fixed range here that gives us a value area high. Okay, this from the current price to the price here. Okay, from here to here we have the value area high, the value area low, and the path control where we have the most biggest traded volume. Okay, so we can expect to get some reactions out there. So here, value area high in confluence with the first big target applied here to the upside, so that's very good. Path control here, we have some confluence at the moment with the middle of the range of it's a zone. Of course, the path control, we do not exact touchdown. Okay, we do some move around there. We can absolutely just take the low again and just boom, pump it up. This is possible. Okay. And value area low, that is with the 618, 66%. I'm going to show you why this is an important zone we have to look at today with the daily and the 786 here. Now, if we have to look for a low, of course, we can look for the target planned for a while. Here's the naked session, path control, and the TPO right there. If now we have to look for a low, of course, we have the low of the range here, the possible low of the range, or a bit below the daily naked path control plus the TPO. Okay, as soon as we start to go more down, we do not have a lot of confidence with all of the targets below. Okay, so to speak, the 618, 66%. There is no major support with that. So are we going to expect the bounce here? It's all about probabilities. Sometimes we do the less probable stuff. Sometimes we do the normally we trade only the higher probability stuff. So this is not a high probability for now. Maybe for the time we're going to create, for example, a triple wave 1-to-1 extension target right between this retracement. So maybe this is going to become a bit more better. Try to look for it, but for now we have only this. It's not really crazy. If we look for a bit more down, we have this naked session path control right there. If we look for low, we have this last daily level here that is already hit, so not strong, not really strong, but we still have to be aware of that one because this is the last support before to break the previous low. Okay, really step by step. If now we have to look for higher, so as I said, we have this nice resistance here that is planned from the very bottom here. When it was here already, we planned that one. First level, that was a naked session path control that I removed that one because I was showing to you yesterday how to trade it. Now we know how to take the trade, so I removed that one. That higher bit, the resistance here. Okay, but we move it from the daily level here where we was looking for a long to the naked session path control here where we was looking for a short. Boom, that gives us a nice long and a nice short here. A nice, what is 7%? No, 6% rise here, and maybe 4%, yeah, 3% move to the downside. So when you're a day trader and you're in this kind of trend, I can tell you that this is really nice to trade because this is just so boring to be just sideways like this. Really boring. With your Elliott Wave count 2, this is just terrible. But anyway, so now if we have to push, of course, we have this channel high here that is going to act as resistance or confluence. It depends how long we take it take to go high here. Okay, if now we have to look for high, of course, as always typical, when we break a high, when we break a low, we have to look for a possible swing failure pattern. So here, if we go and approach a high here, we can look for a possible swing failure pattern here. If now we get acceptance higher, we can look towards directly the daily plus the weekly negative of control right there. If we go a bit higher, boom, swing failure pattern. If we go higher, weekly. Okay, and all the target after that we plan it. As you can see here, if it start to lose a weekly, you can of course look for a swing failure pattern. If we do not swing failure pattern, boom, TPO, daily above control, and this is exactly, I mean, this is what we have to think, okay, clearly, to really get every single trades possible. And the monthly next, all the stuff extra, okay. So these are the main resistance for now on the lower time frame. This is the main support. Okay, we can maybe add the next one right there, right here, going to yups, perfect. Right here. These are the main support, these are the main resistance. On a really low time frame, I would say this is the next big support. Okay, I mean, to speak, this is really all of this. Now I'm not going to add a green square like this, a big green square like this. I'm maybe going to add two because that will be too much. I mean, a too big one too otherwise. But this is a good trade where we can look for a long today. This is a good trade where we can look for a long today. Why in terms of probabilities? This gives us some higher probability trade simply because of the wave count. Now be careful, we are on the really smaller time frames. Okay, so this can get an invalidation really quick. Okay, but what we have seen yesterday was looking for a possible boom. I mean, was looking for a 5 ways down here, a retracement, wave 2 or B wave, and then to expect another 5 ways to the downside. So was it a good time to long here? No. Okay, clearly no, because we expect to do a leg down here. So ABC or 1205 being impulsive to the downside. So here we have done the 5 ways, we have done the triple wave, we have done the 5 ways. From here, of the 5 ways here, we sadly missed it. That's why with the fib also targets, we missed some fib targets here. That's why it suck a lot. Why you deleted here? No, nothing. Going to remove that, but I'm going to show you all of these fib targets here. ABC zigzag or 1205 to the downside impulsive. Going to show that, but this, I mean, we stop it right below, I mean, just before the 1-to-1 extension here. So that's why even with the fib target, we should normally go a bit below here. Now the path of control and the middle of the range acted as support, and that was a stronger one. That was a stronger support than this one, you can see, because we bounced it before. But as you can see here, the A, B, and C, the yellow waves here, we have done the ABC first of all, and we just bounced it right before the 1-to-1 extension. That sucked a lot. And this sadly is a smaller time frame, and that's why we are also using these levels, because these levels are stronger normally than one fib only. Okay, as you can see by yourself. So yeah, a bit higher here, perfect. So we can now remove this 1, 2, 3, or 5, okay, because we already have this triple wave to the downside. So we have an ABC here, okay, zigzag to the downside, 5 ways, triple waves, 5 ways. Sorry about that. Google Home, that is talking, I don't know why. Anyway, so I'm going to use a fib just to show you the target we have reached on these 5 ways here, just to see also with the other side if these 5 ways are valid. So to find the wave 3 target, you place the first click on the wave 1 route. I'm going to, I see your questions. I'm going to answer your questions. By the way, that questions, do you think? No, yes. So I'm going to answer your questions around the end of the live stream. I'm just going to focus on the plan, on the wave count, finish everything. After I'm going to answer your questions. And sup homie, good morning mate. Welcome everyone on the live stream. Hope you're going to enjoy this one. So yeah, here, don't forget to smash that like, by the way, if you enjoy. This is good for you, for the YouTube algorithm. So here, wave 1, wave 2. Okay, so we place the extension tool as always for beginners. Boom, first click, wave 1 root, second click, wave 1 bottom here, third click, wave 2 top right there. That gives us a wave 3 target. So I'm going only to give you the wave 3 targets here. Boom, 100% here. We have only 2% chance to stop here. So this is a really not common as always. Then boom, 1618 here. That is a most common target here. 20% here. It's almost like a 100%, but we still have a bit more chance to stop here. And we did a stop here, by the way. Next target 261 point here, and last target 423.6. Okay, we can just then place the wave, the third click on the wave 4 top. Okay, that gives us for the wave 5 target, first target 618, less likely in terms of probabilities as always. So that's why this bottom was really bad, because this gives us a truncated, okay, for restart on the fib or a double bottom. So we have done a double bottom, we have done a swing failure pattern, so that's okay. But with Elliott Wave, a double bottom or a truncated as always is less likely. You will see by yourself last time it played. and even for a while. I mean, this is working clearly. So this is sadly a truncate. I mean, a 618 we have done. The 100% here must commentary was just a bit below, so that would be the best target here to look for. With more of this, the confluence of the 1-to-1 extension here. Okay. From here, from the A wave root to the A wave bottom to the B top here, as you can see, we got the exact almost confluence with the 1-to-1 extension of the ABC here. So that's why this have been missed sadly. But anyway, this is a game, and we just have to accept it. Okay, so we have done in that case the ABC here. So what can we do next? Okay, before we do the move, that would be nice. So we can do, of course, now boom, wave 1, wave 2, for example, with the ABC ending, ABC flat here with an ending, for example, 1, 2, 3, or 5. All right, we're going to do the move. Otherwise, we can look for a possible triple wave like this. Okay, and that will be, oh my god, what the heck is happening? Why now? So we can do a triple wave here. Why? Because that will be, so that will be a double XY here. So we can, of course, play. I'm going to try to do it fast. W here, X, where is the bottom here? And Y here. Going to add the C targets. Going to add this fib right there. Right, I'm going to move very quickly on that one here. So we can look clearly for the next levels here. You can see already this will give you a good scalp. I don't know what we did on the 1 minute here, but you can see boom, boom, boom. 300 for it, so we already have the $1 move. That can be a good scalp to take. Just going to add this on the Bybit price too, so you can get this here. So here, yeah, I mean, this is the next target. We'll have to look for a long. I will check with you the the order flow here. What we have. Are these new shorts coming in, or a bit of shorts coming in? Yeah, I mean, I wanted to tell you that, but we did the move. Sadly, we got absorption on the highs here, so, and we did not got reabsorption on the lows. That's why this was a bit more bearish and bullish. That's why we was more going to expect to do a bigger triple wave, what we did at the moment, but sadly it's done, so that's not a prediction anymore. Anyway, yeah, here if we have an ABC, okay, we expect to minimum in that case. This is a correction. It's exactly the same than the ABC we planned here. Okay, we have an A, we have a B, we have a C. So we expect minimum to take this low here, exactly what we did. So here, if we have an A, a B, and a C, we expect to take minimum the price high here. Of course, as we see now, so we cannot, of course, be in a bigger triple wave before to finally take the price low. Here we can, of course, be in a bigger triple wave here before to take the price high here. Okay, but this is what we can more think on the lower time frame, simply due to this ABC. Now be careful, because this ABC also can be for a wave 1, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5 of an ending, and this is possible. Okay, if I, for example, a triple wave, boom, another triple wave here, another triple wave, that will be a triple wave everywhere, and this can be an ending. For example, sorry, if we are, for example, in a big A, okay, B and C here, we have an impulsive, a possible one here. So in that case, boom, we have a possible ending in the C wave. Sorry, so a wedge here to the downside. So that's why here the smaller time frame is really complex these days. I mean, we are around the end of the range here, so this become there are just so much possibilities. We are around the end of the pan. So here the more likely one is we have a triple wave to the downside, we have a triple wave to the upside. We're just going to do a triple wave to the downside. Oops. Triple wave to the downside here. So we can also pull your fib. That will match with a possible no. So we have a triple wave like this. All right, you can pull your fib here, find some confidence. For example, here 123 with a 120 extension. I just want to check if I have a flat here. Okay, possible. Best target. No, it's a flat form. So I'm just checking the smaller wave very quickly. No, I would say more triple wave like this. So extension like this, perfect. I mean, the fib, it's like the fib yesterday, you know, that's why the fib are good, but we can also look, I mean, we're more looking at these targets here. The fib are more here to give you some confidence with the targets we have planned already. Okay, so here, for example, you can pull this kind of fib. Boom, you have a 1-to-1 extension right into, as you can see here, the daily neck above control here. So Do we have some? Yeah, by the way, we have new shorts coming, so be careful trying too long. We want to see absorption normally. Oh my god, that was a crazy loud noise. All right, now this is better. As you can see here, we have a lot of selling balances, all the stuff like this. So normally I'm checking on the 1 minute here. We don't have any absorption, but as you can see here, we have a decreasing of interest. So here, we can be aggressive with our entry. Now it's maybe better to remain patient, because as you can see here, we're dumping. So that's why, if you want to wait for something, you just wait for the longs to come in next. Okay, you just have to wait for the longs to come in, ever of course when we bounce off the level. Otherwise you can just wait for this kind of things. If you do not want to try to catch the knife, you don't care about this. You just wait for, we reclaim everything, we flip the stuff to support, and once we did this is the long to take, stop loss on this low, on the low here, and this reduces the risk. But as always, you never know if you're going to retest the level or if you're not going to retest the level. So now we have a big, these are liquidations or not, by the way. 5 minutes, 15 minutes here. Yeah, we took the lows as normal to get some rect here. I mean, to get some decreasing of interest here, because we took the price low. So if we take the price low here, we have all these people longs here, stop it out with a stop loss, of course. Okay, that's why you have a decreasing of interest here. Alright, so anyway, we're in the target. We have to see what we do exactly here. We can check on the 1 minute or on the 30 seconds if you want to. If you have the really big demand coming in next, this can be a long. Now, it is the highest probability target, and these are some high probability target, but is it the strongest one? It's really up to you, clearly. Okay. Personally, I would not risk something if I'm already long from low. I don't care about this target, to be honest, because, or you can compound in your long, for example. It's really up to you, to be honest with you. But anyway, so here, triple way to the downside. So now we bounced it off the 1823 here. That would be nice, to be honest with you, to go to the 120 extension here, because that would be nice to respect the targets, and the FIB target, that would be very, very nice. So to speak, just to go a bit below here, touch the 66, plus a bit the target below, and even maybe go a touch daily here. That will be a nice move to the upside next. But you can see if you're a scalper, for example, if you use this kind of template here on Exocharts, this can be some nice trades to take, some nice scalp trades to take. If you do this, for example, here, boom, you have your trend reversal. That is, I have to do the course on the website for this. When you have this kind of wicks, that's why on Exocharts not really well. For example, here you should get a reversal if you have then the green candle coming in, but the wicks are not really good on Exocharts. Some other software are doing that it's very better. But anyway, so here this is, for example, when you have a wick like this in the opposite direction, and you then get the demand coming in, this is a reversal normally, and you can check at this to time your entry on the market. For example, if you don't know when to enter, only with the order flow, you can look at this, and this will help you. For example, here, if you you will enter here, take profit will be more around the previous day low, except you was really aggressive with the entry here, but it will not really make sense to try to catch a knife like this. Okay, so anyway, here let's just come back on the wave count here. So yeah, more likely a big WXY here to push higher, otherwise big ending. And of course, if we have a WXY here, it's to push higher next, to minimum take the previous high, except of course if we do, for example, an ABC truncated we saw before here, but in terms of probabilities this is really less likely. Okay, so yeah, more likely a triple wave here, like that. And yeah, this is a wave count clearly. Okay, so levels here, we are in the target we're looking for with some good data. Now we have to wait just for a bit more of confirmations. For example, here you pull a fib, from the top of the move right here. As you can see here, yes, we'll have some demand. We can swing for a pan, we can take the low or stuff like that, but we still have some new shorts. So this we want to get still absorption. That's why, as you can see here, to try to catch a knife, maybe wait for a bit more of confirmations, because we are not on major support, major resistance. Okay, I mean major support at the moment. So that's why wait for a bit more of confirmations. As you can see here, we just went through the daily gap of control, so we don't care about this level. Okay, clearly now we don't care anymore. Boom, we are approaching a bit below here. We can look for this zone of support here. If we have the good data here, we start getting some good data here. If we have then the demand to push higher, we can also form absorption. If we reclaim directly here, we can form absorption here. Okay, so for example, and we reclaim with an increasing of interest, what we don't have yet. Okay, and what we have hit, by the way, here, though, we not the 1-to-1 extension yet. No, not yet. So otherwise, that would be nice to go a bit more down. But anyway, 1-to-1 extension, 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 1-to So yeah, bigger triple wave here. We have seen this, we have seen this, we have seen the plan, we have seen everything clearly. So now we are good for the reading, for the order flow reading. Just want to check very quickly. There's the bigger wave here. I drew you yesterday. Yeah, I mean, for maybe new viewers here, it's gonna be really complex for you to maybe understand all of this. Oh yeah, it was this, I remember now. So yeah, we got some different possibilities. Y leg here on the very bottom, so in that case, boom, we have an A, B, C inside this, inside this Y leg here. And now we can still be in the Y leg here, so we can expect to be in a bigger triple wave here. That's why here we're in a situation, we are at the end of the range here. We can still be in the Y leg with a bigger triple wave. In that case, normally the C wave here is made, I mean, it's more likely with an ending here because we have an ABC here coming in first of all, so this is more likely an ending and coming if we're in this configuration, so a bit less likely. Okay, so if we have done the Y leg here, we have done the X wave, the bigger one. Okay, have this bigger WX, and we should be in the Y. So that's why here we have a possible leading before triple wave, more likely a triple wave here. We can maybe expect more to push higher. So for an impulsive or for a big leading, for example, here, that gonna give us, for example, if we do a big leading here, boom, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, boom, a bigger A, okay, a bigger B, and a bigger C next, and not directly like this. Okay, we're going to move this A here, this B here, and this is gonna be a lot more longer than what we were supposed, I mean, not really what we were supposed to do, but it's gonna be just, gonna take so much time here if we do this. Anyway, so let's pray for this ABC 1205 to the upside. Okay, now, are we seeing the Y or not? Are we going to W triple wave? I absolutely don't know. It depends if you hold the support. Yeah, it depends, of course, of this right there, of this fixed range here. Okay, as soon as we get acceptance below the very area low of the range here, it's a bit more bearish. Okay, it's cast a bit more as bearish. And as you can see, went a lot of time below, and we faked it down, faked it down, faked it down. So we can do one more time exactly the same. All depend of the order flow. For example, here on the order flow here, if you go on the 30 minutes and all the way down, we are moving down with an increasing like this, for example, like this off open interest or like this, we expect to break this range and to finally take the price low. Okay, so that's why we're going to be able to recognize if, for example, for now this is okay, but if, for example, here was moving down with an increasing of interest here, we will really remain patient and really we would like to get some more confirmations to try to long something, because yeah, these are new shorts coming on the market, and if you have new shorts that fear the market to go more down, and we do not have any absorption, nothing, we expect this is a bearish move, and we expect the move to go more down clearly, and we expect to minimum take the price lows here. Okay, so what we don't have at the moment, so now we just have to remain a bit more patient, maybe wait for the 120 extension to be tapped. Okay, on Coinbase here, right there. Okay, oh, by the way, it's hit now. All right, we're good. And if we have to go more down, we can look for the next levels here, so to speak. Clearly, the next level we plan it here, right there. Okay. Yeah, the 1-to-1 by the way is tapped now. Perfect. So now I want to get a demand to push higher. Okay, to try to look for a long. Otherwise, you just wait for a move to the upside and wait. We come back below, retest the 618 66%, the 70x6. Or the level clear 618 or the 66 or the 120 extension, less likely to be honest with you, because that will do a 100% extent retracement. Okay, so now we're going more down, we just look for the next one. As you can see here, this is why we do not have to take any trades here, because do we have the demand to push higher? No. By the way, we start getting absorption here. As you can see, we start getting absorption here. We have a higher low here. Nothing crazy. Right now we start getting some more cool stuff. Bit of longs coming in, so that's pretty nice. Now that would be nice to go and touch the daily, to be honest with you, but it depends if we have the demand or not to push higher. So I'm going to remove all of this draw here. Perfect. So anyway, so now I'm going to remove the daily gap off control. We don't care anymore. Remove that 618. I'm going to leave, why is this one? Alright, there is a 1618 here, so we can leave 70x6. I'm going to remove that one, and this one only add the 1-to-1 extension and the 123 here, so we can see the confluence right there. Perfect. Here, for example, if you start getting absorption, as I said, all stuff like this, we still have a lot of shorts coming in with absorption, so wait for a bit more of confirmation. it really depends also of your trading style. If you're an aggressive trader, you're only going to wait here for new longs coming in. Now we have some shorts coming on the very bottom that cancel this absorption. For me, this is not a long to take directly. I'm going to wait for a bit more of confirmations, such as a daily to be hit, all the stuff like this. And if the daily is hit and we have a big selling balances on this low, all the stuff like this. But now be careful because we have new shorts coming in approaching the support. So yes, we can get a reversal, but this is more classed as bearish. I mean, we expect to go a bit more down with this normally, except if we have some new longs directly. But normally with this, we expect to get a bit of a continuation here. And here we want to get a big lot of big selling balances, all the stuff like this, and boom, reclaim directly and get some demand directly to bounce off. Otherwise we can expect to retake the low, all the stuff like this, everything, all the stuff like this. Okay, so yeah, no absorption, nothing. So we're going to move, by the way, on the 15 minutes here to just talk about the previous move we have done here before. Okay, by the way, we have short opening on the very bottom here. Okay, that form is absorption, by the way. So yeah, I'm just thinking because I'm doing some TA on the, and I doing some analysis on this also at the same time. So just want to be sure that I said everything for the plan here. And normally everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Yes. All right. So now we are going to move on the order flow. Okay. So yesterday was exactly here. I'm going to move now on the wave count here just to show you where it was exactly yesterday. It was around there, was doing this push to the upside here, and after that, boom, wave to the downside. Was expecting to do, first of all, a bigger triple wave here, okay, to do boom, the A, the B, and the C, or the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. Or we was looking for directly a move to the downside, as I was saying that if we started to get absorption on the lows here, I remember now. We started to get absorption here. I'm gonna go on the low time frame first of all, right here. Right, is perfect here. We started to get absorption here. Okay, for example, here we have a low, we have a higher low, we have a low here, and a lower low. Okay, this is absorption. So here, for example, you have some new shorts coming, so not really crazy, not really here. Okay, new shorts are coming a bit on the very bottom of the move that give us absorption. So here we have some limited order longs that absorb this market order shorts coming in. So after this, of course, we have a bit of demand to push higher. That could be a possible scalp long to take here, but nothing crazy. We expect to do a small ABC here, a small correction to go more down next. So either a good scalp long to take, not really. Okay, not really the best place, clearly. But yeah, so at the end we did a move to the upside here. What we did exactly as always when we just expect, when we expect to move to the downside as always, we just have to pull a fib. Boom. I don't know, by the way, if I said it yesterday in the live stream, but this is also something we can do. Boom, we retest the 6.866% or the 78.6 or the level we was looking for. There were no levels here, so we look at the 6.866% or 78.6 if we really have to drop. Okay, and this is one more time what we have rejected here. So this is pretty perfect, to be honest with you. Boom, at the end, at the beginning here, boom, new longs coming in, but weakness to push higher here. No absorption because we do not have new longs coming in here, so this is not really useful to get some absorption here. Retest of the VWAP as resistance and move it to the downside without a big, as you can see here, without demand here to go down. So that's why here that was not really bearish to be honest with you at the beginning here. And now when we start to break everything, we start to get some new bit of shorts here, nothing crazy, but a bit of short opening on the very low of the move. So here it's better to get absorption on the low. Okay, if we start to get some new shorts coming in here, it's better to get absorption. As you can see here, really a move to the downside here with a big weakness clearly to go down. So here was it a good and high probability trade short to take? Not really. Okay. So anyway, that brings us sadly on the top of the TPO. Okay, was looking for yesterday was looking at the middle of the TPO here. We sadly hit the top of it. Okay, if you zoom on it here, you can see that is the top of the TPO here. This is exactly what we rejected here and not the middle of it. So sadly it have been missed, if we can say that. But normally, if you watch at the TPO template like this have not been missed. Okay, but we just take the TPO price here is the middle of the TPO. That's why with the daily naked power control, the stuff like this, weekly ones, we take the top of the bottom of it, depending if you're higher or lower, okay, to not miss this kind of trades. Anyway, after that we have done a nice rise, so I'm going to show you that how to trade the low here. Personally, I will not, I was looking, and this is absolutely okay, I was personally looking for a bit below because we got a lot more confidence a bit below. So internal probability to stop on the top of the TPO or on the middle of it with a lot more confidence on the middle of it. We have more chance to go to the middle of it. Now, this is a game. Okay, this is a game. Clearly we don't get the bottom, we shorted the top, we cannot get every single trade good, and we have to accept it. This is really, we have to accept it, and it's absolutely fine. So now on the 1 minute we still got some nice data. I'm going to just show you this right there. So what we got here, we got some, I'm checking on the 1 minute here really. So we got some new shorts coming a bit here, and a bit of shorts, bit of longs, a bit of 50-50 here, some new shorts coming in here. So normally we expect to, I mean, if we have some new shorts here, we expect to minimum take the low or continuation. We took the low, pump it up a bit, pump it up, weakness to go down, bit of sideways here. Okay, we took the low here, so swing failure panel. After the swing failure panel, we want to get the demand to push higher, and we finally got the demand to push higher. So this can be also a way you can approach that with a swing failure panel here of the pre-slow. So we just do a wick below, reclaim directly, and get the demand next. So just wait really for the market structure change, all the stuff like this. The new longs coming in. If the new longs are coming in, you take the trade, stop loss on the low. That gives you some really close invalidations, and ready to move to the upside. Okay, at the end we took again the low, or no we did not, but you will be stopping out normally before to do a bigger move. Yes, so here the other way also will be to look for absorption. Okay, you can look for absorption because you have some new shorts coming in here, new shorts coming in here. You can see with these two red candles here, we have some new shorts, 2 million here shorts coming in. So we have to, I mean, we can also look for a possible absorption here. So we got absorption, as you can see here, we have a low, we have a higher low, here we have a low, a lower here. So I'm going to go on the 1 minute here, go back on this, oops, I drew some few stuff here, not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna go on the Bybit price because this is the one we are looking at on Exocharts. Perfect here. So as always, these are the two candles where we have some new shorts coming in. Okay, so we do not really hit the 618 66% here. We go between the 50 and 618. Okay, because this is also, you know, sometimes when we, for example, do an impulsive move, something, we can look, for example, for a possible 5 smaller wave, but sometimes we do a retracement between the 50 and 618 because the wave 2 have 73% chance to retrace between the 50 and 618. So you're going to say, hey, yes, but we did not do the pre-slow. So this can be a possible 5 ways leading, for example. We're just gonna add back this. So here, absorption, that can be a long to take here. You just place your stop loss below here or below here, really up to you. If you're an aggressive, I mean, really aggressive with your stop loss or no, really up to you on that one. I would place, I personally would place always below the low here, not below this low, because that gives us a bit more of acceptance. If we have, for example, to retake, I mean, to come back here, all stuff like this, I will not be stopping out, have to re-enter again, everything. That's why here you enter the trade here, place your stop loss here, and you're good next. Don't forget to take profit of crawls, okay, if you want, or just wait for high if you expect to push higher. Now, yeah, that was a very risky one, because if you look also at the smaller wave count, right there, if you look at this, you can also think about, hey, but we have, for example, yeah, but the Bybit one is really, we do a lot, those are like to the downside, read this right there. But for example here, if you watch the smaller wave count, you know, we was really looking for a 5 ways down here. If you count the 5 ways here, I have a possible, yes, wave 1, for example, wave 2, boom, wave 3 here, wave 4, but you expect to still be in the wave 4 because these do not take the price low, okay? The price low here. That's why you expect to still be in that wave 5, and you still have to do this bigger triple, I mean, this bigger 5 ways like this. So you expect to do some other stuff like this. That's why this is a smaller time frame, and as I said to you before, the smaller time frame can change really quickly, okay? And this, for example, have been a truncated on Coinbase, not a truncated on Bybit, and this have been like this, okay? That's why the smaller time frame is a bit more complex than the bigger time frame. We can get a lot of variance, a lot of different possibilities. But anyway, so I'm just gonna go back on the Bybit price here, right there, to show you this. All right, so right here. So yeah, we were talking about the low here. Of course, we have all this as support. We just backtested the middle of the range here, support with a big power of control, okay? So some new shorts coming in here, as you can see, weakness to go down next. So we don't really need absorption. I'm gonna go on the bigger time frame here now. So this is how you can trade the low here. With all the data, we start to get absorption on the lower time frame, all the stuff like this. We have a bit of shorts coming in here, nothing really crazy. We have the demand to push higher, okay? That's pretty nice to expect to push high here. Now that was a very risky long, I'm not going to lie, very risky long with Elliott Waves only. So now we did a move to the upside here with a bit of a weakness here, nothing, I mean, bit of 50-50 here, increasing, decreasing. New longs coming in here, as you can see. So with this is quite a strong move to the upside, a bullish move. Okay, we have like we are moving to the upside with a lot of longs coming in. We can see this with this increasing of interest here while moving to the upside. So this is classed as a bullish move. Okay, so we can expect after that to minimum take the high again. You know, it was exactly the same down this full move here to the upside. We have a lot of longs coming in here, so we have to go on the 30 minutes to see it. But in that case, we can expect to go oh, we hit the daily. All right, we hit the daily. Yeah, we hit the daily, but data I think was not really following what we got here. Yeah, you can see we got all of these new shorts coming in here. So if we have these new shorts coming in, we just have to remain patient and wait for a bit more of confirmations. This really, you can see, this is really, we can expect to minimum take the low or get a continuation. And even with this, no, with this we did not get an increasing of interest. So here we are around the 70x6 here. So big double XY here, a bit of an ending. Otherwise, this was a double XY, X and Z, and we're in a crazy water of things. There will be more. I mean, this is a triple X normally. That will be an ending here to the downside. But now we are on the last support really before to take the price low. That gives us a very nice short from the very top here. That's pretty nice. Now what we can do here, but I mean, yeah, we're a bit low now, to be honest with you, from the daily. We can do this, flip that to resistance, fake the dump, reclaim, flip that to support, and this in that case is a long to take with a stop on the low, stop loss on the low here. We can of course reclaim everything, but in that case we have to flip that to support and get acceptance higher. Otherwise, there is no long to take here, and we do not try to cash knife. That's why you really have to wait for the new longs coming, as you can see here. Do we got some new longs coming in here? When you see this kind of increasing of interest in these new shorts, as I said with you, with these new shorts, we expect to minimum go to the daily. So here, this was not a really valid long to take, and after that we once again we got some new shorts coming in here all the way down. So we expect to minimum take the low or get a continuation, and we got the continuation. We have more of some new shorts coming in. So I have a bad feeling for, I don't know why I have a bad feeling for this double XY. I really have a bad feeling here for the double XY now here. So we are maybe more, or maybe that's a crazy what the fuck impulsive here to the downside, but that doesn't make sense. I mean, this is clear an ABC here. Yeah, if we take the price low here, or maybe we'll have done, I mean, that would be something else. That would be something else because this is here. So double here rather than triple way, triple way here. So we'll look for a bigger triple way like this to the downside. So yeah, we'll look for a triple way like this clearly. And yeah, I remember now. Keep in mind that the wave 4 also can be on. So I mean, if we really have to get a lot, as I say, if we have some big demand to go down here, so we are moving now with a big increasing of interest. We are really looking for the wave 4, okay, top here, and we are already in the wave 5, okay. Because yes, we can absolutely do a last wave down and take the price low here. It's absolutely possible. So it's not because we have bounced it off the target we planned here that we cannot retake the low and even go more down. We planned the target, so if we have to go more down, we are more likely in a wave 4. If we have to accelerate, we're in a wave 2. We just change to the wave 2, simple as that. But of course, we're going to recognize which one we are if we get the, for example, the big increasing of interest like this on the 30 minutes. This is pretty big, and we expect to get a continuation. So here, what we're doing, a bit of new longs coming in here. We have some segments on the lows or stuff like this. Have some new demands. So we bounced it off the last support we planned here. If we can look at this. All right, so we have the last support here. Now we have to see, okay, as I said, if we can reclaim everything, flip that to support, because you can see for now we're just flipping that to resistance, so get acceptance to go more down. If after that we have some new shorts coming in, we are looking for, we can also do this, for example, not necessarily fake the dump, we can also do this, okay. We battest a level here, for example, 70x6, 66%, 70x6 of this retracement. Now this is a 70x6 level, but for example, from the top to the low, is the 70x6 of this retracement, okay. Or we can go and take the low again, but if we do this, we can, for example, 61866 and then move it up, boom, get acceptance higher, and here we go again, push it higher. All depend here if we reclaim, flip that finally to support and get acceptance high. But again, see here we're also bouncing off the last target here we planned it. So that was with a decreasing of interest here, new shorts coming in next, so that's why you really have to wait for the demand. And here we got a bit of a demand, so that's why there could be an aggressive entry here if you go maybe more on the 30 seconds, because otherwise this is maybe not the best. But even with this, you can see we got some new shorts coming in here, so that's why it's better here to maybe not try, because this was not, I mean, these are not compared to the daily, for example, the daily level or these levels are less likely in terms of probabilities than the daily level to be aggressive with your entry. So here you have some new shorts movies coming on the low here, so to be aggressive now we have the demand to push us. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we can, this is when we retest or when we go through and flip that to support. Okay, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. We got the demand to push high here, so we have to see if we flip this to resistance or if we get acceptance higher, flip that to support and push it higher. Okay, anyway, so we was where we was with the order flow reading here. We was around there. Let's come back on the 30 minutes here. Yeah, it was around there. So bit of longs coming all the way up here, bit of, I mean, it was really, you know, inside this range here, was, as you can see here, increasing, decreasing. At the end, we still got some absorption from the high to the high. Here we have a high, here we have a high, a low high. This is absorption, okay? So we have some bit of new longs coming in, of course. And here what do we have? We have some limited order shorts here, all on the top here that absorb this market, all the longs coming on the market. Okay, this form absorption that we can read on the CVD delta bars here. We have absorption on the highs, we have nothing on the lows, so we can maybe more expect a bearish move. This was maybe a bit more bearish. This is what I wanted to say in the live stream, but sadly we did the move. So anyway, that's the game. So yeah, absorption on the highs here, a bit more bearish, so we expect to move to the downside. Did we go, by the way, buying tail here on the, maybe on the session here I can add these buying tails, TPO settings, setting opening tails, we did not got any buying tail on the very bottom of the move here, so if we do not have this, is called a poor low, so we expect to minimum take the price low, more risk what may reach divergence here. Okay, so we are flipping this to resistance at the moment. That's why you just have to remain patient in this kind of move, because it's not because we are pushing high here that you have to take a long, you're going to miss a move. You don't care to miss a move. This was too aggressive. You're not, I mean, for example, here, it depends on my day. Sometimes I'm going to trade this kind of trades, sometimes I'm not going to take this kind of trades. It depends of the day. Sometimes I'm aggressive, sometimes I'm a bit less aggressive. Here, I've just remained patient. I just wait to come back and retest, for example, the 6.866%, what we did. So now if I have the demand to push high, that can be a long. Otherwise, to take the low, to do all the stuff, 70x6, also the level clearly planned here, so this picks the 123, all the 70x6 here. As you can see, we bounced it off the 70x6 here at the moment. So if we have the demand to push us a new longs, a new big demand coming in here, this can be a long to take, stop loss on the low, all the stuff like it. But now if you do not have any demand to push high, there is no reason to long here. Okay, and this is why the order flow is pretty crazy. As you can see here, it was here, okay, was here expecting to go minimum to the daily, and after that I didn't check it out because I was talking about the order flow before. But here, this is really when you can expect to minimum again take more. I mean, it was already expecting to go more down here, but more of this with this confirmation. I mean, with this move here, you was expecting to really take the price low because you are moving down this small foray increasing of interest here, or I mean to take the price low or to get a continuation. So that's why you are going to remain a bit patient, and we are going to be less aggressive with our entry on the daily level, for example, we planned here. Okay, so anyway, let's just come back here on this. I want to finish with this order flow reading. So here, that form absorption. Okay, so first of all, we can look for a short here. Okay, what do you have to do here? You just have to pull a few as always from the very bottom to the very top of the price move here. That gives us the 6.866%, 70x6. This is exactly the top we have done here. Okay, that could be a possible short to take. I'm going to go back on the 30 minutes here to see a bit of context. We have seen that was a bit 50-50 here. We are moving up and down and up and down and up and down with the increasing, decreasing of interest, so nothing really crazy, okay? I'm going to go now on the 5 minute because normally it will be a bit better. Here, all right, that may be going to be too big for the time frame here. So we have a high here, no absorption, nothing, no demand really to go down here, nothing crazy. So it's a good short to take off the 6.866% here. For scalpers, yes, on the 1 minute maybe, but on the 5 minute here, no. I'm not going to really focus on that one. Boom, then we have what on the very bottom here, we have some new shorts coming in here, some nice amount of shorts by the way coming on the very bottom here of the move. So normally we want to get absorption, what we don't really have by the way. So what is a good long to take? Not really. What do maybe you have absorption from some lows? No, we do not have absorption from here. So I think we do not have absorption on the 5 minute. On the 1 minute we have absorption. You can see, just remain patient. We have a bit of shorts coming now. So as you can see here, we can start to create absorption. Absorption like this is going to be confirmed only and only if we have the new demand coming in. If we do not have any demand coming in, there is no long to take. Simple as that. Now we still have some new shorts coming in because we are moving down with an increasing of interest. So now if we push high with an increasing of interest, we possibly have absorption. It would be nice to close the candle like this, maybe, yeah, like this, to close it like this to get, yeah, okay. Now if we have the demand, that can be a long to take, okay, with a stop loss on the week here or on the week low below here, because that was the plan, that was the planetary. Here we bounced off some levels. Now be careful, okay, be careful trying to learn some few stuff here. It's really when you have some big buying balances coming back, all the stuff like this, you want to take along, okay. We was talking about this low. So maybe on the low time frame we have absorption here. No, we don't have absorption. So this, for example, is not a high probability trade because we have a lot of shorts coming in. But I mean, this can be, we can recognize also if we do not have absorption, we have directly the demand following, but like directly after we have done the move, we directly have the demand. So here, for example, we are pushing to the upside with this kind of small increasing of interest, small following one, you know, without some red, increasing, decreasing. It's really small following, increasing of interest like this. This can be a long to take, but this is very risky because when you have some new shorts opening, you do not have any absorption. You expect, this is a bearish move, this class is bearish, and you expect to get a continuation of the move. That's why here, was it a good long to take? Not really, to be honest with you, okay? So anyway, move it up again into the 70x6 here. So we're going to see what we have done here. Some crazy pump and dump here, that was pretty nice. Pump and dump and pump. So that was in the New York session, I think. Yes, this is what it is in the New York session normally, because New York like to do some pump and dump. Yeah, exactly. As you can see here, when it's New York, they absolutely love, but like really, they love to do pump and dump and pump and dump and pump and dump on the 1 minute here. This is pretty crazy. So if you're looking for a scalp, you can look for some few stuff like this. This is, I mean, for the New York session, this is absolutely insane. For the New York session is pretty crazy. They absolutely, every single day, most of the time, they absolutely love to do this kind of move. You know, they pump it, then dump it, they pump it up, then dump it. They do a quick move like this all the time. All the time, this is just pretty crazy. If you look at here, for example, they jump, they then back the price, they move the price back up here. If you look at this before, if I can load, no, I cannot load, sadly. But this kind of move is typical of the, I mean, this is really something we always see most of the time in the New York session. So do not be surprised if you're in a New York session to see some pump and dump during the day on the 1 minute. Is absolutely fine. Okay, these are not, these are not manipulation. You can absolutely trade this. I don't know if data was following here. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you can. So you can see here we did a nice push to the upside a bit. So don't forget the stop loss. Don't forget to take profit. Extremely important in this kind of trades. So here, yeah, we have done a nice move into the 70x6 at the first touch here, okay? So what we have on the order flow. I'm gonna go on the 5 minute to see a bit the context of the move here, to see what we have while approaching the level. So new shorts coming in here, and then a weakness to push. As you can see, we have a decreasing of interest here while moving to the upside. We have a big decreasing of interest here when we take the previous high, because all of the shorts coming in here getting wrecked. Clearly, you have the stop loss, place it here, or even place it here. So we have a bit of short, a short getting wrecked here. As you can see here, we have a bigger dot than the smaller ones here. So we have some liquidations here with all the shorts opening here on the very bottom. Simple as that. Ethereum is getting destroyed. I didn't check it that. I didn't check Ethereum. I'm going to check that after that. I'm going to finish this first of all. But yeah, this is possible. Ethereum, I mean, when Bitcoin is doing some move, you have to know that Ethereum is going some, I mean, you know, Bitcoin, for example, is going to do maybe a 1-2% move like this, something not really crazy, but Ethereum is going to do some really bigger move to the upside, to the downside, some really more interesting move, to be honest. So Ethereum can be also really good to trade for scalpers, because you're going to expect to win some, like, it's like the Ethereum have peps, you know, he like pump it and move it really quick, move it up and down really quick, compared to Bitcoin, for example. That's why, yes, if we're moving down here, we can also move down really more on Ethereum. And if we're moving up, we can move really higher on Ethereum. This is really nice. I'm going to take that after this. So anyway, here, just to compound the order flow. So not really crazy here, moving up with a decreasing of interest, so we can look for a short here, because we do not have a big interest to push high, if you can say that. So it was here. So yeah, here big decrease of interest, as you can see here, right after we have hit the 70x6 here. We have of course some massive buying balances on the very top of the move. This is exactly what we're looking for to trap these longs. Okay, some massive buying balances here on all the way up, clearly. So here directly when we reject this, we have, as you can see here, this increasing of interest here while moving to the downside. This is an aggressive, a really big aggressive entry. I'm not going to lie, a really aggressive entry, but this is possible to scalp. You know that you're in a New York session, you do some you see some really quick move to the upside, to the downside here. Okay, so you can expect to be a bit more, I mean, you can say you can be a bit more aggressive with your entries. Okay, so if you do some really quick move like this and you see that we have some really massive buying balances, all the stuff like inside the candles, you can be a bit more aggressive. Of course, if you made a bit more profit before, because you can get wrecked also with this kind of move. But here, as you can see, we are moving up with a decreasing of interest, weakness clearly to push higher. So why would you go higher? There is no real big reason to push higher. Directly when we reject this, we have an increasing of interest. This can be a short to take with an aggressive entry, even maybe more on the 30 seconds here. With a stop loss on the high. Okay, take profit as soon as possible. We have all these shorts coming on the market here. You can see all the way down here, so that's pretty nice, but we still reverse the price right here. That at the beginning started to create absorption, but we did not got the demand next to go down, so that's why we did not got the confirmation to go more down. But here we got the new longs to cover these new shorts coming in, so pump it up again. Okay, so if you have the new longs here net coming in, this can be another long to take. For example, here what you can place, you can pull your fib from the very top of the move to the very bottom of it, and you find, I mean, this is, yeah, there is also something typical when you do this quick move to the upside, quick move to the downside. You have to be fast and you have to take profit in the first support, the first big support you have. So here, this was the 618. I mean, you of course maybe have the VWAP before the stuff like this. So if you want to take profit on the VWAP, you can absolutely and do it, because you have to reward yourself. You have to secure a trade, secure a capital. This is extremely important. So, and more over this, when you're doing this kind of quick move like this to the downside or to the upside, is extremely important. But here, where do we find our support again? Into the 6.866%, and if you place it like this, boom, into the 70x is the 2, because this is for me one main level. Okay, 6.866% is not 2 levels, this is 1 level, and we are bouncing once again on this. This is exactly, so this is always the same things you have to do to pull this kind of fib, to look at the same reactions, and you just have to do to clean the same and buy with the reaction you see on the market. Okay, we're going a bit more down, by the way. Sorry, so here 6.866% or the 70x6. Okay, depending how do you place your extension tool. You're going to place to take the 6.866% here, and directly after that, boom, we have the new longs coming to get acceptance to push higher. That form a bit of absorption, as I said before. We have a high, a low, high, a high absorption. To confirm as always this absorption, we want to get new shorts coming in here, sorry, so to speak, move down with an increasing like this, for example, of interest, what we don't have next. So we do not confirm this absorption, and at the end, boom, we just take the price high here. By the way, with absorption, because we have a high here, a low high, if I'm mistaken. No, I'm not mistaken. So here we have, oops, a high, a low high here, but we have a high and a high. So we have still absorption, okay, and we have a bit of a new shorts coming in here. You can see we are moving down here with this kind of increase, small following, increasing up interest again. So these are new shorts coming on the market. So as soon as you get this with absorption, this confirm the absorption, you take the share, you take the short, stop loss on the high, and you good try to move to the downside, clearly. Okay, and you will be in for the whole day here, and you will see enjoying the profit. So here what we have done, so we got a bit of, oh my god, yeah, we have still a lot of shorts coming in here. That's pretty crazy. Let's go with 3 minutes. Yeah, and this is, for example, you can expect to minimum take the low, except if you have absorption. We do not have absorption, so just remain patient a bit. Okay, for example, swing failure pattern, all the stuff like this, remain patient. Okay, except if we have the big demand to push high here, but normally with this we expect minimum to take the low, and if we push high with this data, this is not a high probability trade, clearly. Oh, by the way, we can also get absorption from the low here to the low here. You can see we have a low, a low, low, a low, high also here. If we have the demand here, this can be also valid to try something on the 1 minute here, but remain patient. It will be better. I mean, you do what you want, of course, but it will be a bit better to remain patient, except if we have the new longs coming in here. Okay, what we don't have for now, we have only new shorts. So anyway, this is how you can write this kind of pump and dump. Okay, just use the fib, you just check what is happening inside the candles with the open interest. As you can see here, the open interest is just something extremely important to really tell you which ways we're going to go, what we're going to confirm for moves. It telling you where people are getting wrecked, where we have weakness to push up, where we have weakness to go down. All the stuff like this is really giving you the confirmations of the direction we're going to go, and sometimes it's not following, and this is a game. In that case, we just do not take the trade because we don't care about these trades because these are not high probability trades. Okay, so after this, nothing really crazy to be honest with you to trade here. I mean, of course you can pull some fib, for example, like this. I'm gonna go down the 5 minute here. Sorry. Of course you can pull some fib, so like this, for example, from the very top of the move to the very bottom of it, and you can find some support here. For example, boom, 620, 66%. You can ride a move to the upside, but I mean, this was not a major longs to take, so I don't really care about these longs, to be honest with you. So here we have absorption, okay, on a bigger time frame here, from the high to the high here. Okay, if you remember good, I'm gonna go down the 30 minutes. Oops. So high, low, high absorption. The highs without big demand to go big, without big new longs coming in, so nothing crazy, but we still have absorption. We do not have any absorption on the lows. We can be in a bigger triple wave here, so we expect to maybe be, I mean, to maybe do another leg to the downside here. But yeah, we still have some. We possibly start getting absorption on the lows. That's why it depends if you have the demand to push it or not. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, that brings us where we are at the moment, clearly. Okay, after we rejected the 70x6 here, always the same levels, we just did a nice move to the downside. So we almost retested, if we can say that. You can see here the daily as resistance, so not really an exact touch, to be honest with you. Not such as, for example, if I go there, where it was, this one we backtested at the almost, for example, here. That was we got a daily here that I show you at the beginning of the live stream, but no, a bit below here, by the way, right there. Okay, anyway, here we got a daily, and right before we just flip that to resistance, move it down. Here we almost did this, okay, not exactly, but we still flip it a bit this at resistance and move it down. Okay, so now we can I'm going to keep it for now, because if we come higher here, this can still be a take profit, for example, for a long trade here, if we have to take a long, all the stuff like this. Okay, so now if we go through, if we go through and get acceptance higher, we can remove it off the chart. We don't care anymore about that one, but for now I'm going to keep that one for today. If we just reclaim everything, be sideways a bit on that one. Okay, so here, by the way, where are we bounce? 1823, okay. I mean, we bounce, if we can say the bounce, 1823 and 1618 of this possible triple wave here. So for example, here we have this possible small triple wave to the downside. You can see here we are on the maximum 1618 here. The blue level here is the maximum target of the target. If we go and touch the dark gray line here, this is an invalidation for the triple wave to the downside. Now, of course, we can be in an extension, so to speak, do a way like that, like this, and go, for example, to 1618 here. But I mean, it would not really make sense to be in a double XY if we break the price low. Okay, so yeah, here we just have to see what I've done here. Bit of news coming in, a bit of absorption. That's why we start possibly going to get absorption here. Oh my god. Sorry about it, I'm just going to drink a bit of water. Alright. So, and do we have, by the way, absorption on the 3 minutes? I didn't check it out. No, we do not have absorption. But for example, yeah, this we really have to wait for a bit more of confirmations. Because we are moving down with this kind of increasing of point rate neutrals, we do not have any absorption. So on the 3 minutes, normally we can expect to take minimum of the price low. Now on the 1 minute, if you zoom a bit, we can see that we start already getting absorption from the low here to the low here. We have a low, a high, a low, but here we have a low, a low, a low. Here we have a low, a low, a low, but here you have a low, a high, a low. So that's why we have absorption on the 1 minute, not on the 3 minutes. That's why we check the 1 minute here or so. If we have the demand to push high here, that can be really good. Now is, for example, the wave 1 to here still valid? For example, if we're in a wave, boom, wave 1 to here, yes, this is still valid. An invalidation also, by the way, you can look for here is a possible 85.4. Okay, you add your all right, you booted off that. So you know, if we're, for example, not in an impulsive here, for example, just the main waves here, if we're not in an A, if we're not in a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a big impulsive here, we can be in an A, B, C, okay, draw next. And the maximum target is the 85.4, what we touched it here already. The invalidation of these B waves for this A, B, C, okay, is a 90% here, okay. Now, I'm not going to lie, we do not have any support if we go into the 90%, so I mean, there is no support, yeah. No, there is no support, you can see below us. So if we go below here, we can just do a swing failure pattern, take the price low, spend some time weakness to push more down and move it up. Otherwise, we can expect to take the price low and look for lower. Of course, we can look for some longs if the open interest is decreasing, or stuff like this, extra. And it can be increasing all the way down here, because if this is increasing, we expect to minimum take the price low. As soon as we take the price low or this low here, we want to see a decreasing of interest to try to long something, okay. Otherwise, we want to get absorption. Otherwise, this is not a long to take, okay, simple as that. So we're reclaiming everything, so possible scalp long inside of the moves. Nothing crazy. Now it can be also valid to get a decrease of interest to the upside, because we have some new shorts coming in. So all the way, of course, we're going to wreck these shorts. So this can be also logic to get some decrease of interest here. Okay. By the way, do we backtested something good here? That's a pretty big move to the downside. We have done so 70x6 is really tough. We have done a 90% here. You can wait, for example, for a bit more of reclaim, because for now we just did the you know the direction I was telling you before. We dump here, we reclaim everything, flip that to resistance, we fake the dump again and reclaim everything, and once we reclaim it, we flip that to support, and this is a possible long to take, and we'll move it to the upside. So here, if you really want to trade this a safe way, this is the way you can trade this. If we have to reclaim everything and say, hey, we are more likely bullish here, we're going to expect to do this, and that's good, okay. And otherwise, of course, you stay in your longs from below and you don't care about the long here. So yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Of course, we can also do this, okay. As I said, when we move it down, we flip that to resistance, fake the dump. Once we fake the dump, we just reclaim everything. So that will be also a swing failure panel, pretty slow. And here we want to get a big demand to push up. So push up with a big increasing of interest. We can expect to do a nice rise next, okay. And reclaim everything. These are the levels approach, I would say, for now, if we have to push next. And if we just go through with a big increase of interest, there is no long to take, and we just wait for the next one. Clearly, okay, we just wait for the next one. And yeah, be careful with the wave count here. There's just so much possibilities. I mean, we are at the end of this big range here. We can be, as I said before, for example, this is possible, yes, be a triple wave like this. We can be also in a wave, boom, a first wave here, a second wave here, because we have an ABC flat like this. We have then another triple, I mean, we have then another wave here. I mean, this is something really crazy, you know, that I agree, what the fuck, but when we are ranging like this, there are just so much possibilities, clearly. Okay, it's like the big range we have done on before, you know, the big fake triangle here, on the bigger time frame here, so this one. For example, all the way up here, that could be an impulsive, looks a bit more like a correction to go more down. So we took the correction to go more down, but this can be an impulsive. We have to be bullish here. We can really be bullish too. So that's why when we are range bound like this, or range bound like this, there are just so much possibilities. And that's why with Elliott Waves sometimes, and when we are at the end of it, we really want to see which direction we go to reconfirm the wave. And that's why levels are a bit better and are important in these situations, because when we are approaching this kind of end of the range, levels are really the support and the resistance you are trading, and the way clearly the direction you're going next, okay, the direction you're going next on the market. So that's why it's really important. Now, are you in the range like this for a week again? I hope not. Please no, don't do this. That will be really boring. So anyway, I'm going to answer now your questions. So hey, I think it was you, as your opinion. Do you think we go 34k first, then 24k, or even lower? We go down with creating daily bull div, then pump art. 34k will be re high, to be honest with you. That is a nice question. I mean, the problem is, if we're in a wave 4, yes, we can go to 34k to the 120 extension here. More of this, we have a gap here around 44k, so that will be 34k, so that will be pretty nice. Yes, we can absolutely go there before to push more down. Now, is it? I mean, yes, this is a directly. We have to look for the Y leg top here. Now, as I said before, we have bounced off the maximum target of the Z wave. Okay, we was looking at this target when it was already all the way up here. Was looking and was saying this is a more likely target. So be careful with all the targets before, because this is a more likely one. We got a nice 24% move to the upside from this one. The Z wave can be done, so now we can also be bullish and do not go lower. We can absolutely push higher, but with a smaller wave count, this is a bit less likely. So that's why I would prefer personally, and that's my personal opinion, I would personally prefer the last wave down. Now, are we going to go to 34k before? Are we going to go to 24k? It really depends if we do only this this ripple wave only. I'm gonna go back on this one. If we do only this WXY here, and now boom, we are finally in the last wave 5. Okay, and the wave 4 top, for example, was here of this triple of these 5 waves here to the downside. Okay, right here of this wave 1 here, wave 2, wave 3 here, or wave 3 very low. In that case, if we have to do the last wave down, we have a wave 4 here, and we're going to go directly for the wave 5 here. Okay, it depends if we do directly the wave 5 or not. For now, it looks a bit less likely that we're going to do this. We're going to do the last push to the upside. Now, are we going to go to the 34k directly? We of course have some targets before we plan it to be aware of, and we got the demand by the way to push her here. Not really. We start to get a bit of longs, as you can see. So now the best will be to go through, to maybe do a pump here and to come and retest. For example, we can do this. Okay, we can absolutely do this. The best will be to come back and retest this. Boom. So maybe spend some time and boom, finally move it to the upside. Here, if we have the demand and bounce off, if for example we have absorption from the low to the low here, this can be a good long to take. Now we start to get absorption here. Okay, that's pretty nice on the 1 minute. And now we are reclaiming the dailies. That's pretty cool. Now we want, or maybe we can go here like this, or we can also do this and this, for example. Okay, not necessarily a big move to the upside. It depends, and we can of course do not retest this. This also sometimes happen, but this become a less safe trade. Okay, now before to come back and retest that, we must spend some time and then come next some hours later. Okay, so just remain patient, set another alarm here, and you're going to be noticed. I mean, you're going to get the notifications when we're going to come and retest here. Okay, but yeah, we started to get absorption on the very lows here with a lot of shorts coming, so that's why I was saying if we're moving up, we can get also a decreasing of interest here, but we start to get absorption here, and we have some new longs coming in to break this daily. So as soon as we continue to get this is pretty cool, and we can expect to push higher. Where to get Exocharts? You just have to go on Internet tab. You just have to type Exocharts. It's a monthly subscription. It's not me, it's Exocharts, the developers. Wait, I'm just going to show that. Exocharts. I don't know if I already logged in on that one. You have to type Exocharts here, and you will find the Exocharts here. This one, and you have to create an account next. You will be with this offline mode if with data deleted by 24 hours if you do not have any account and you're not premium. And after that, you just have to create some templates, all the stuff like this, and this is going to change your life clearly. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm watching my live stream, pretty cool. Yeah, it was for the like, all stuff like this. But anyway, just to come back here, so now we can flip the daily to support, okay, if you want to get a safe entry. But yeah, what I was saying with the wave count here, yeah, was answering your question. So to answer your question, am I personally looking for 34k directly before to go to 24? No, I'm looking, if we have to go more down now, I accept that we have to go more down, and we go more down, because when we're on this range, are we going to do a triple wave like this, and boom, for example, we're doing a what the fuck wave 1, 2 here to go directly to the downside? This is possible. Less likely, it looks like we're more doing something like this to push higher next, okay? But if we go more down, we go more down. So I would say a bit more, some higher price here, okay, first of all, with all of the targets we planted here, okay, so to speak, all the levels here we planted here, so to speak. The first target here, 30k, 31,000, 31.7, okay. If we get acceptance higher on these ones, yes, we can look towards 33, 34, stuff like that. But until we did not broken all these levels here, what would you expect to go to 34 directly? Okay, with a wave count possibly, but we still have of course the 32,000 to be aware of first of all, okay, and we of course have all the levels played before to be aware of. Now, if we go more down, we get a big increasing of interest while we move into the downside. We can expect to still be, for example, get a big W, X, and Y, okay? If we have a big increasing to the downside here, a big increasing of interest to the downside here, we can expect to minimum take the low, okay, except if we have absorption as always. If we have absorption, we want to get a demand coming in next, so to speak, push higher with an increasing of interest here. You mean my settings? You can go on the Moonshot website, but this is more for apprentices and VIP at the moment. You have to go in the Elliott Waves here, and you can download the template, Exocharts, sorry, and you can download the templates from here. Okay, now maybe I'm going to share with you these kind of templates. Join the Discord server, send me a message if you want, and I'm going to share with you some templates. Normally it's here for the course apprentice. You have all the stuff here, the file here where you can download. Otherwise, send me a message on Discord. On the server, because I remove it, by the way. I think the private message, I don't know. Try maybe to send me a private message. Otherwise, you can join the Discord server and send anywhere on the Discord server. I'm going to send you all the flow, so you can read that and get this. So anyway, here, oops. Yeah, so if we have the big increasing of interest here, we're moving to the downside, we want to get directly after this, oh my god, the move to the upside with an increasing of interest here to confirm this absorption, okay? If we do not have any absorption, it's more likely we're going to take the price low and get a continuation to go more down, okay? This is really how I'm going personally to trade that and how I'm going to see it, and I'm not going to try to say we're going more like here directly, because we can do both, okay? The more likely with the wave count and stuff like is a bit more to push higher before to go lower, but we can still go more down. It depends on the data here, because when we are approaching the end of the range here, there are just so much possibilities. We can do a lot of stuff. My plan right now is just short at 3,300. Yeah, I mean in the target plan I think 3,300, yes, and 3,1. Lighting long from 28, just lighting long from 28. I mean, this can be a good zone to look for a short. Now, as always, I'm not saying you have to short here. You have also to look at the data when we are approaching. For example, if you have a lot of longs, you are maybe more going to look for absorption into the levels. If we have absorption, we want to see to confirm this absorption, new shorts coming in directly to confirm this absorption, okay? Or you want to get a big weakness and then new shorts come in. So if you have new shorts, you can get stopped out because you can take the high again, retake the high, swing 30 pounds, the swing 30 pounds, all the stuff like this. Some few stuff like that, okay? Depending of the data you have already approaching the level. And yeah, now by the way, what we're doing on that daily really quickly here, right? So we just flipped that daily once again to resistance. As you can see here, it's really if we bounce off here, and you have, like I say, the demand to push higher here, that can be a long to take. But for now, we are losing a bit. We're maybe going to be range bound on that one. So maybe you can pull a few also like this from the top to the bottom here, add your 618, 66%, 786, and wait for these levels to be hit, see what we can get, okay? So now, what do you have some other questions? Yeah, if you have some questions on Exocharts, on everything, don't hesitate. It's extremely important you understand everything good on the plan, Exocharts, the wave count, everything clearly. And you have some new shorts coming in here, as you can see now. So not really good to push higher. We got some. That's why even if you have the good data to push higher next, never jump into the trade, because here you will be in loss. And maybe if you're more with this training, because you're maybe a beginner training with the emotions, you're going to say, oh my god, now I'm in loss, there are new shorts coming in, so I have to close my trade long. So you're going to close your trade long, so you're going to get maybe a lot of people affiliate you the longs here, you can see here. And if every people that is thinking like this are going to close their trades, we're going to get a big weakness now to go down, because people are going to get to close their shorts, so there's no any more reason to go more down, and the price is going to go back up, and you close your trade in loss, that you will be able to not, okay? So that's why never try to long into this kind of move right here, because it's going to be maybe too complex for you with the emotions, because you will be in loss. You're going to say, oh my god, we have some new shorts coming here, we're going to take the price low here, so you're going to close your trade, and maybe we're going to reclaim everything, okay? So that's why you never try to long at the very top here. Remain patient to just backtest the most common levels. For example, here maybe we backtested, for example, we can do also a 56.8 here, possible. It depends on if we have the big demand to go next, okay? And remain patient on the market. the people, I mean, the key really is to remain patient on Bitcoin. Sometimes, yes, we're going to do some quick move to the upside, and we're going to Exocharts at the dose level and bounce off this, but in that case, we're going to be ready to bounce off that, and these are going to be some really big support and big resistance. Was this some really big and massive support and massive support? No, okay, this was not a massive support, to be honest with you. So I'm going, by the way, to just, oops, leave this like that. Perfect. Going to add on this 123 here. All right, perfect. So yeah, we're going to see how it plays out. I don't see any other questions coming in, so I think that we're good for today. Don't forget, of course, if you feel it long and very low here, to take profit. This is extremely important, sorry, because now we still have the daily as resistance. And yeah, hope we are going to break finally this range here, because that is really boring to be sideways like this. Yes, we are trading this good because we feel a long here, we feel a short here. I'm taking a short from the top. We have seen a long here, we have seen to take a long here normally. I don't remember that one. Do we have seen how to take a long here? Yes, we have seen, of course, how to take a long, but I don't remember if we plan a long here normally. Yes, we have planned to take a short here, have planned to take a short here. I mean, yeah, this is pretty crazy. So yeah, now we just have to trade the range clearly until it breaks. That is all, okay? So this range to speak. This range, or you can also pull the range like this, okay? For example, you have a low like this here, boom, 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 and the high here, and you just have to trade the range like this until this one breaks. And we are going to be expect this range to break clearly. You have this on the website for apprentice and VIPs, how to expect a channel breakout. It's if you have some new shorts coming or new longs coming in here without any absorption. If you have some big demand to go down here, you're going to expect to break this range finally, and you want to get a continuation of this increase of point raise to continue. Otherwise, you can maybe expect to get a deviation of the range, so you push the price higher, and then you get a big weakness here to push higher. So just fake the move to the upside and just reclaim the range and come back into the range. Okay. So yeah, now we just have to trend the range until it breaks. I'm going to remove that one because now we are low. Oops. And we lost a bit the value area low. We are going to see if we reclaim everything or not with the data here. Okay, so anyway, we are going to see, I'm going to be live, of course, tomorrow for to update with you Bitcoin. We're going to see how it plays out here. Just remain a bit patient, trade the highest probability data. For example, if you're long here, that was a high probability trade, clearly. You're still in the long normally, and if you feel the short here, you're still in the short. So what a nice plan, because you're long from the low and you're short from the top. So who cares clearly to push high, who cares to go more down? You go more down, it's just more profit for the short. You go high, just more profit for the long clearly. Okay. So anyway, we're going to see which one will confirm how it's going to play out. Now we have the big resistance, we have the big support. Okay. So if you go more down, big support right there. If you have to lose this, we can look, of course, for the low of the range with the daily naked power control plus the naked session power control here. Otherwise, I mean, of course, if we go down here with a big increasing of point raise here, we want to get absorption from the previous low to the low here. Otherwise, we can expect to get a continuation. And do not try to be aggressive with your entries here. Remain patient, wait for some bounce of the level. Okay, bounce of the level back to the 618, 66%, or retest the level, and then boom, move it up. And here, this is a long to take if we have the demand following next. Okay, simple and that really. If now we are moving now with a bit decreasing of point raise here, we can absolutely look for a long and being a bit more aggressive. If we push higher next, we of course have the daily level here, not the best, but we can still flip that to resistance before the move again down. This is possible. Now if we really have to look for a high probability trade short, this is the next target. Clearly we have to look for a short. This is the next target. Clearly we have to look for a short. Okay, of course, between this one and this one, we have to look for a short here. If we do a swing failure pattern, okay, so does we take the price high, okay, we just do a wick higher, we just close below, and we just get the market structure change, new shorts coming in here. In that case, this is a short to take, and we are going to enjoy a move to the downside. Okay, next, if we do not swing failure pattern that one, we can just go with that one here. Okay, swing failure pattern here, exactly the same. If we do not swing failure pattern and swing failure pattern here, we just have to wait for the next target, clearly. Okay, and every target is higher. Simple as that. Okay, so long, short, in any way we win the market. On the markets we don't care. If you're stopped out from the long, just check if you can re-enter if data are following, otherwise just wait for low. If you're stopped out here, just check if you can re-enter into the target clearly. Okay, I'm short personally from here, so if you're stopped out next from here, just check with, because this is still resistance, if you can re-enter here. Okay, simple as that. Anyway, of course, I mean, maybe we're going to do a big green candle, big red candle to move to targets we planned here. I don't know, but maybe tomorrow we are going to be exactly at the same price. I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. GMT or UTC +2 France time to update with you Bitcoin once again and to do this order flow reading so you can really master the chart, because this is really, as you can see, you can really make your decisions if you have to take the trades or not thanks to the order flow. So clearly this is crazy, really crazy. So, and of course with all this, so TPO levels, daily above control, sessions, all stuff like this, where you can make your real plan the strongest plan. You can make really the strongest plan on the market, so you can really crush the chart like no one do clearly. Okay, you can really run the market clearly. We planned the top here when it was already on the very bottom here. We do not really have levels here to look for shorts, so we just planned this first target here. We have idea to the first level here, but this is just pretty crazy. The first target here was looking for all the way down here. We took the low, we just pump it into the target here and move it to the downside. That's pretty insane. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed. I don't see any questions coming in, so I think that we're good for today. Think that we're good. Don't forget to smash that like, to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, to turn on the notifications for tomorrow. So don't forget to smash that like, to subscribe, and to turn on notification on the channel here. Let's go and reach the 400 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Don't forget also to go on Twitter if you want to follow a bit all the community stuff, so you can just follow it's moonshots_ here on Twitter. You can get some more informations when I'm live, all the stuff like this, the predictions, everything clearly, okay, just to follow a bit the community. And if you want, that's the Moonshot channel, yes, if you want to go and get a bit more of information, you can learn for free on the website. I'm just going to log in really quickly if I can. Yes, if I can, yes, perfect. So, okay, so now once you're logged in, you don't have to create an account with the plans here. You can create an account for free, okay, or for apprentice or for VIPs. With VIPs, normally you have this kind of updates every single day. So these are, you know, VIP daily Exocharts updates. I'm making them public because I want a lot more people become good at trading, so people can really stop getting wrecked on the market, because this is crazy really how some beginners are trading. This is just pretty crazy. And so if I can change some of you already and change your mindset, all the stuff like this, this will be something really crazy. Already did, of course, with some VIPs that are now really doing some nice gains. But if I can make that also for a lot more people, it would be very nice. Anyway, so we can make an account for free for or apprentice or VIP. VIP, of course, you have some more VIP channels. I'm keeping you updated all the day clearly on the Bitcoin chart, everything. And you have, of course, every Sunday, by the way, it's here, every Sunday some Sunday VIP live stream. So I'm live at 9 and 30 minutes PM, okay, to update with you the chart, to plan the incoming weekly, to plan the incoming more likely move. Every day I'm live with you to update the chart, not live only. I'm also recording a short version, as you can see here. For example, today I'm live with you, but I'm also recording a short version that is around, for example, like here 6 minutes only, so it's between 5 and 10 minutes most of the time. So if you don't want to watch this live stream, you have a short version of the update, so we can replan everything, okay? You have, of course, some market updates in addition to all of this, for example, on Ethereum, everything. Course, beginners, this is for free. Elliott Wave, you have the Elliott Wave course number 1, 2, and 3, part number 1 on the for free on the website. So read all the stuff where you need to get some strong base for with if you want to learn Elliott Wave. This is for free. This is for free. This is for free. This PDF and all the stuff is for apprentice and VIPs. You have some quiz also on every single panel I made to really master the Elliott Wave TA. And Exocharts, of course, really important part 2, some bonus video, everything, one-to-one session. So if you want to learn Elliott Wave with me, this is new on the website, you can book your session, send me some details, and you will be able to do that. So you can check this website, it's just right below in the description. You have, of course, the investor plan here, where, for example, on AAVE, we have done a nice 75, or maybe not, by the way, that huge, maybe more less, no, 75% boost. I can see here, this was a plan target with these investors, and we have a nice 75% move to the upside from this target. And this is like this on a lot of crypto. So, and you have Cardano, Algo, Alice, Atom, Avax, AXS, BET, BNB. I mean, you can see the amount of crypto is pretty insane. Anyway, this is crazy. So yeah, you can check this out, create an account for free, or join us as our apprentice or VIP. You do whatever you want, of course, it's up to you. And yeah, so yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to share this content so everyone can learn on in the crypto space, and all this for free, of course, these days. and maybe I'm going to do the next week too, because this is a bit boring, you know, these weeks here. I mean, this week, this is we're just range bound, so this can be interesting for you really to learn Exocharts, but I mean, this is more and more interesting when we're doing some bigger move like this. Now we are just doing some really small move like this, really boring, so that's why it's a bit boring, to be honest with you. So that's why this is not the best moment, but anyway. So maybe I'm going to do also the next week for free with this kind of update, so you can really see how to get the daily routine clearly, because a routine is extremely important if you're a day trader. Maybe the weekly routine or the monthly routine, everything like this, that is also available in the course on the website. And yeah, so you can really master Exocharts and really read the order flow like no one is reading the order flow clearly, okay, and really understand how to use this tool. So anyway, let me know if you want or not. Just let me know in the chat, on the Discord server, everywhere. So anyway, I wish you all a brilliant day. Hope you all enjoy. Don't forget to smash that like as always, to subscribe, to turn on notifications. And yeah, I wish you all a brilliant day. Like I say, take care of you. This is extremely important. And see you in the next one, tomorrow on at 10 AM GMT UTC +2 France time. Cheers.